Hi, welcome to the Shelly Studio, and today I'm just going to do a little art journal page. I titled it Roses Are Red. You'll see why in the end. But here I am just covering the background. I'm using bright yellow, citron, and the pink is a rose color. I don't know if I use it here. And then just a green. And it's just craft paint. And I'm just getting the background covered. And I am doing this really fast because this was quite a long video. This one is neon green. It doesn't cover quite as well as the other colors, so I just kind of use it as sort of a glaze. I know, I tend to get rid of all the white, which is probably not the best idea, but I do. So then I come back in. I decided it was too bright. I wanted to dim it down just a little bit, so I'm doing just a little wash. And this is white gesso, just to put it into the background so we can do fun things on top of it. That pink got a little dry sitting there. And just tested my little homemade stamp. Wanted to see if I would like it, and I think I do. So we're going to put some of that just to have it look like flowers in the background. Very abstract. Sorry about the dogs barking. I swear the minute I start recording they start barking. So now I'm using some Tim Holtz tissue just to add some more interest into the background of this. So once I get all these on there and dry, I add a little bit more of the white in a wash just to lighten it up a little bit more, so that what I put on the foreground just shows up a little bit more. Alright, so I did let it dry, and I do have a flap on this page, so we are going to color the flap. And we're going to try and repeat what we created in the first place. So I'm getting all those colors back out, well, the yellow and the green, and the citron and the neon. There's my citron. Now there's the neon. Well, oh, put yellow on. There goes the neon. Alright, so I made some dandelion shapes out of just some fun foam. And just trying to get dandelions all over the background here. And I did 3 different, a little bit different shapes, so there'd be a variety. You know, dandelions, when they get somewhere, they're everywhere. I swear sometimes they take over my backyard. Now I think I've sufficiently covered this thing with dandelion heads. We're going to put some stems on them. I almost said stamps. We're going to put some stems on these dandelions. I edited that a little bit for time. And I think I'll make this even faster. And so now we're just going to put on a few leaves. There, we've got that. So the poem is roses are red and violets are blue, so we are going to make some roses and some violets. And I'm taking deli paper, and for the violets I am just doing a variety of blue with a little bit of purple. And we're just going to smear this paint onto this deli paper. Oh, and add a little white. We always like a little white. There we go. Just brush it around. I'm going to smush it. I decided I have to fill up the blank spaces. I decided to smush it again. There we go, nice and messy. And there's our violets. Well, they're going to be our violets when it's dry. And here's the new one, and we're going to do pinks and reds for our roses. That one got a little separated. Just shake it up some more. And a touch of white. I decided last time I didn't have enough paint on there, so I covered the whole thing this time. I'll just smush it all around. And smash it together. Squish. This time I'm using that as a rolling pin. I thought that was good. Alright. Almost reminds you of one of those ink blots, doesn't it? Alright, covering up the unpainted areas. And we're going to let that dry. Okay, so it is dry now. And this is going to be my roses. So we're going to just freehand cut some rose petal shapes. And I do edit this a little bit for time. But I show you a little bit of how I do it. So I do that and then cut them so then you end up with like double rose petals, and I cut them in half. So now I've got a ton of the rose petals, and I did a variety of sizes. So I'm going to, I decided they weren't red enough, and so I put red around the edges just so that you could see them more when I get to layering them. So now I'm going to cut the violets, and these I'm just doing long petal shapes. I'm hoping they'll look like violets in the end. Cutting that in half. So there's our violet petals, and I do the same thing with them that I did with the red. Put a little dark blue around the edges. So I'm taking just a circle dot that I had, and I'm going to glue the petals on so that they look like roses. So just kind of do it in a little bit of a spiral. And I won't show you the whole thing, I'll just show you how I do one of these, I think. Because I am dabbing glue. You know, I probably could have put glue in a little jar and just like dipped it out with a toothpick. Would have been faster than opening that bottle every few minutes. So these are going to be the old-fashioned roses. And there we have a rose. And now I'll show you doing one of the violets. I start with the circle base, just like the other one. There we go. Does that look like a violet? Alright, so now I've got a bunch of them. We are going to put them on our page. Oh, wait. We have one more thing to do. I decided I would put a hand on that flap, so I am gluing this hand that I cut out of a magazine onto some stiffer paper. It's cardstock paper. So I glue that down and then I cut it out. And I'm sorry this is cut off at the bottom here. I didn't realize where my camera was. So I do kind of cut it off at the bottom. But you can see I'm kind of lining up the hand and attaching it to the page. And I'll have the hand holding the flower. I need to start adding all the roses and the violets. I decided I made way too many of those. I think I put a few too many on of these, but I worked so hard to make them, I had to put a ton on, right? And you'll see right here, it goes from flowers on there to no flowers on there. I decided there was way too many, so I scraped it all off and repainted. And now I decided I needed to put some skin tone on the back of that hand, so it looks like a hand on the back side as well. And a little bit of blue on that flower. Cover up the back of that deli paper. And now we're going to put the poem on there. I write it out in pencil just to make sure I get it where I want it before I commit in marker. And this is sped up really fast. I do not write this fast. So the poem is, roses are red, violets are blue, but they don't get around like the dandelions do. I thought that was so funny, and I've been thinking about it ever since I heard it months ago, and I just wanted to put that on a journal page. And if you've never heard me talk about it before, the reason I write backwards is because I'm left-handed, and this way I don't drag my hand across the ink. So, in case you think it's strange for me to write backwards, that is why I do it. Keeps the ink off my hand and off my page. There we go. And so I decided I wanted to give it a bit of a border, so I'm just using my archival ink. I think it's watering can. It's a dark gray, it's almost black. And just going around the edges. And I'll do it to the front flap as well. And there we go. I hope you liked this video. If you did like it, please hit like. Feel free to comment. Love to hear your comments. Share. And if you haven't subscribed already to my channel and you'd like to see more of what I create, please subscribe. And thank you all for watching.